Dan here. So we got John, DSP John. He's here actually to do gear bender stuff, but we thought while we're here, he's going to it's his motor. I'm just borrowing it. Yeah. All I do is pay, and so we're going to kind of give it a once over. So we got 30 degrees timing it, time lights on it. I locked out the distributor in the last video. So I was just talking about fueling, because my concern, this isn't a race car yet. I want to just drive it. That's kind of plan A. So I have just a stock fuel pump in it. I know a lot of people were kind of in the comment section saying, oh, this and that. So, but if we get like high performance pump, it should be fine for what we're doing. And he made a really good point. Once it's a tunnel ram, it'll have 4 storage capacity bowls full of fuel. So we'll be fine. It's only got to last 10 seconds, right?
Yeah. But, we had mentioned the lightweight push rod. Just because it's going to make RPM. It's going to be real happy about 6,000. So my personal experience is I was cracking aftermarket die-cast fuel pumps
with a solid rod.
Yeah, and it was less prone with the lightweight push rod, so it probably followed the cam better and whatever. So yeah, get a good Holly pump in there, and
it should be fine. My other oil capacity in the oil pan. So this was a truck pan. So it's the same pan that was on it that I cut, some clearance out of it there. So it's still got 5 quarts in it, but at the end of the day,
I'm a little concerned. That's a little bit low, right?
So, again, we're just driving it now.
You'll be fine driving it.
Yeah, but if I just get one of the wide sump ones, we have to cut it down or whatever.
It'll help a pile.
Are you thinking like 6.5, 7 quarts in it?
Okay, here's the thing. You were mumbling about towing with the car?
Well, I'm going to tow.
Okay, so then that's where the oil gets hot.
Yeah.
So the more capacity you have, the better.
Well, the other thing I want to do, so this thing is, I think, going to have a bit of a ridiculous amount of gauges, because I want a transmission temp, and I think I want oil temp in it as well.
Okay.
Because...
That's eye-opening.
Yeah.
It really is.
Whether I use them or not, or I put a piece of tape on it, but,
No, it's good. It's good, because your learning curve goes way up. The more data you have, the more you learn from your data, it's like, wow.
The more text messages you get, though, that's the problem. But...
We all are learning.
I'm not going to tow it, too crazy or whatever, but we'll see what happens. I say that, and then once there's a hitch on it,
some of the guys were commenting 4-speed. 4-speed would be very cool, and a 4-speed with the gear vendors would be
so the problem.
Double cool.
I 100% agree, but I got the Nomad, which is TKX. We have the blue Nomad, which is a 3 in the tree. I have that Nova, which has that 4-speed in it. How many 4-speeds does a guy need? Because luckily made a comment, and they're right. By the time you do the transmission, the converter, the gear bender, you're not far off TKX.
Yeah, but a TKX does not have... First of all, people don't understand the gear splitting. So you take your 4-speed, you take a wide ratio 4-speed, and you gear split it. You've got 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it looked a little more complicated. Have you done a 4-speed gear bender yet?
No.
Okay, well, we'll do it. Well,
we've got the kit. My buddy's had it for a couple of years. He has not completed the car yet.
Really?
But we're excited because, for example, same thing goes. You put it in first gear. You do your launch. You've called for your gear vendors. You don't lift. It automatically upshifts.
Yeah.
That first jump.
Yeah.
Right? And that's gear spread, by the way, is identical to what a close ratio would be. Right? That's why you don't want to run a gear ratio with the gear vendors with a close ratio.
I see.
Because you've only added that percentage on the end. With a wide ratio, now you fall right in between, right?
And there's a lot here.
It's you'll see. It's fun. It's fun to use.
Oh,
People don't think of it as a gear splitter. Gear splitting is the whole. Well, okay. I admit, with a 373, you want to run in the States, 80, whatever miles an hour. I would be at like 3,500.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at, just around 3,000.
Yeah.
Give or take. And I'm comfortable with that. 3,500 for 8 hours? Yeah, that's
a little
worse,
buzzy.
right?
Like buzzy.
That's exactly.
Okay. You want to hear this thing run?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Why did you sound so?
Well, no, I haven't heard it with mufflers. So
there's not much for mufflers on it. I'm not gonna lie. It might need a little. You gonna work the throttle?
Yeah.
It sounds good.
right now?
15 and a half, 16.
Really? What's it at now?
13.5.
Oh, okay.
Was this the carburetor that was on it when you dynoed it?
Yeah, but I've used it on different motors since.
Yeah.
So I tamed it down. Well, it's just different. Hey, by the way, look at your idle speed.
Yeah.
So that's a big camshaft running, what, 7 and a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
And what do we got there?
Still hard.
We're a little rich. You know, we'll
those plug wires aren't touching nothing, eh? What a hot rod.
Yeah, she'll have nice manners. Okay, what do we got?
Like 13.0, 12.8.
That's still too rich. I don't have any more here I can play with. Yeah.
What's the centerpiece do? It's like an air bleed?
It's leaking air by the throttle plates. So it's the same thing as drilling holes in your throttle plate or jacking the plates. But by going through the middle, we haven't changed where it is in the fuel slot.
I see.
What's our air fuel now?
13.8, 13.6.
There we go, eh? See, I closed up the butterfly.
Yeah.
Right now we're down on the fuel slot.
13.
We're idling at 750.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of
that might be pretty tight. You want me to loosen that?
no, you can actually snug it up just a little bit. Give it just a little tiny snug. Good, perfect. I don't know if I like that secondary. We should get out and drive it.
Yeah. Well, the next couple of days, like, oh, I have it running and driving tomorrow.
Look at that, under 700.
Oh, this thing, it runs good.
Yeah.
It sounds.
It's got valve seal, it's got ring seal. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to stay there, but it's starting to lose it a little bit. But
for a big camshaft.
Yeah. There. Now, why don't you jump in there and drop it in a gear? Let's see how it drops against the converter. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay. Touch do a brake stand, just mild. Feels okay? Okay, then that's a good starting point. Ooh, we're probably a little rich there.
Yeah, kind of fattened up there.
Yeah. Well, and here again, those are all things,
well, it needs,
for the road test.
We gotta drive it, screw around, right?
But look at it. I mean, it's sitting at 700 to 800 RPM.
Yeah, no, it runs good.
Right? And you dropped it into gear.
Yeah.
And your converter is if you had a tight converter,
it's super loose.
It would tug hard.
Yesterday I took it out of the garage,
just
like a little bit,
yeah.
and I mean, I had no tune in it, nothing. And it's pretty spry. Like it's, just like easy on the fuel. You gotta be...
Oh, it'll jump?
Oh yeah, I think it'll be
sporty.
good. So, the only thing, I guess now, like I have those 389s, so I gotta look around and get something maybe a little steeper, because I mean I think those big tires can eat up a lot of that gear.
And it puts more pressure on the converter. You know what I mean? Like it loads it harder.
So it will tighten it up.
It'll less gear will tighten it up.
Less gear will tighten it up
the converter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more gear will make it a little looser. And that's another thing about the gear vendors. The gear vendors, not that at this horsepower level, I'm not sure how it's going to act because my car is lame.
Yeah.
It's under 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
So, but when you do hit the next gear, with the gear vendors, say in a split shifting situation, it does load the converter differently.
Yeah.
And it is noticeable. So, yeah, okay, you're...
Well, ready for, like I said, I got a little bit of screwing around yet to do. I want to nut and bolt check the whole thing. The thing has been blown apart. But I'll give it a once over, and then one day this week, if you guys are around, I'll...
If it rattles, if you go out there and you hear that can of marbles, just pull over and knock it back a little. And if you need to add some RPM, just go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll sort that shit out later. But, I mean, I'm thinking you're going to be okay right where it's at.
Well, when you guys dynoed it, you had 32 or whatever in it, right? But that was obviously on the dyno, not in the car, so that'll change things up a little bit. And that was just on regular
That was on premium pump gas.
Yeah. So that's all.
So I put 91 octane.
I put 91 in, and I just put a can of octane boost in just because, whatever. I mean, it's kind of cheap insurance. If it's, gives it 2 more points, it's probably worth that. And then, I'll play with it a little bit, and we'll kind of see. But I mean, I guess depending on what I do, if you end up towing and screwing around, I mean, I'll have a... We'll dial her back a couple degrees. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, the towing, a little bit, the converter is going to slip.
Yeah.
A lot more with that load.
Yeah.
The oil is going to be hotter.
Yeah.
Towing. Yeah, I mean, if you're going banzai with the car, just keep your eye on the oil pressure gauge, and if you see it like doing that at the top RPM, abort.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's what I mean. I put the wideband in. It's got the oil pressure, all that sort of stuff. But really, I want to put, like I said, put those 2 more gauges in it. And before we do anything crazy, this is just driving and having fun with it. I mean, it's the end of the season already. I mean, it's middle of August, but proper pan for it, proper fuel system, and then really just start kind of having fun with it.
You can definitely go out and get the general feeling, though, just the way you are. You know what I mean? Don't be overly concerned. I mean, we're talking about a quarter-mile run or a lot of RPM above.
On the street.
If you want to go out there and 6,500 and pull the shift, boom, and lift, you're going to be okay with that. But it's like that extended RPM.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
like
it'll have all,
or...
first gear will be no issue. It's when you start being the top of third and you have it right to the wood.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you hurt stuff.
Yeah. But that's where, I got to keep the local guy in business. When I break it, I'll just drop off a pile of parts. And...
Well, we got your old one on the stand. So
really?
It's made its way from the floor to the stand.
Well, there you go.
Well, Cecil, he's given her back at the shop.
He's a worker, man. Yeah. Cool. All right, well, now we've got sample approval. We can, I guess you want to go to a different video for gear vendor stuff?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
We're getting 2 out of John.
We're getting 2 out of John, yeah. We paid him for the whole day. We're getting it.
Your money's worth. Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe below. Check out John on Facebook is all you have.
Yeah, we're SchroederEns.
Come on, man. You got to get on it.
We don't like to say too much. We're slowly getting ready for Drag Week, and we feel we have something this year. So
the car's been doing good.
It's been okay.
Like every event, it's been doing better and better and better.
Exactly. It's a brand new car. And we learned some things at Sick Week it was a disaster 6 week, but it wasn't because we learned a lot about what's going on in that big motor and our intake manifolds and stuff like that. So, that's one thing about going to Florida in the wintertime and you're trapped there for whatever 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and you
It's
realize,
tough
okay,
times.
well, but all of a sudden it gives you time to think, and we go back to the track, we go back to the shop, spend 2 days in the shop. Let's go back to the track
Well,
and
what
try
happened?
this.
So you guys did sick week for just one day, or did you make 2 days?
No, the first day, we struggled. That was a radial prep track, and those tracks are tight, extremely tight, and we could not get the car to get wheel speed on the hit.
And it was just bouncing or whatever.
Well, what happens? It just sticks the tire too hard, and with all the power, it wads up the tire, and it rolls into a void, and it looks like it looks like it doesn't have enough traction. It's actually got too much.
Okay.
And the only answer is to get the power on early.
Yeah.
So what we learned is how to get the power on early.
I see.
And it's not as easy as you think, but it is once you get it.
And then you went to US, whatever it was.
We
And
got
kicked
invited.
Alex Taylor's ass.
Well, but
As
I
I
mean,
recall.
Alex Taylor's got a '55 Chevy,
Yeah.
with a big block Chevy.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a couple atmospheres blowing into it, but you know, I mean, that's a lot of car, and they're hauling
lot of
ass.
car,
Like that thing is very, very fast.
Oh, I love that thing. That and all the fiberglass, carbon, whatever work they did to it and stuff.
All home done.
Man.
They did it themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and
I do my own too, but I don't want to show off or anything.
but honestly, I mean, it would have been embarrassing if our hot rod, like it's pretty swoopy looking car, you know, didn't beat her. So I'm happy we did. You know, that was the first sign of okay, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then we went to US 131 for a sick.
Oh yeah, the weekend there.
Yeah, sick.
And you won
magazine.
that too, right?
Yeah, we were able to run Steve Morris's wagon.
Yeah.
Once again, our car was faster, but with this stuff, it's very hit and miss. It's very easy to miss it by that much.
Yeah.
And then
the caliber car.
well, the minute you pedal, you lose 2-3 tenths, right? So it's not just. So once again, the car worked really well. Like it was repeating and repeating.
Is there another event before?
I don't think we're going to be attending any events before Drag Week.
Well, Drag Week's when? Middle of September?
Yeah, middle of September.
So it's a month away.
Yeah, don't say that.
You got lots of time.
To dream and have nightmares and yeah.
Yeah. All right, check them on Facebook. Leave a comment below, and well, I'm sure we'll see you in the next couple of days anyways. I'll drive this thing over, and really I'll just drop it off.
Or in fact, we'll see him in the next video.
There you go. Next video, and then probably 2 more after that. See you on the next one.